Racing Series has grown over the last decade to include some 98 member tracks in the United States. These tracks are among the finest facilities in the country and proudly fly the NASCAR Winston Racing Series banner. Columbus Motor Speedway is proud to be among these tracks and part of NASCAR's Great Northern Region. All right, the first order of business, the Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. This is open to the fastest 4 Limited Sportsman qualifiers. They are inverted in order according to their qualifying times. They go at it for 4 laps. Ironically, they are your, just about, let me check that, your top 4 in the point standings. Nope, not quite. Mike Holland, who came into tonight 4th in the point standings, had busted an axle in hot laps. They were back there thrashing on the car. We're not sure if they'll get out here. They did not get a qualifying time. Holland didn't. If they get that car fixed, they could start scratch. All right, quickly, the starting order on the pole. 4th fast time from Columbus, Ohio, Zero Hill. Don Hill Jr., affectionately known as Zero, alongside in car 20, a former track champion in the Limited Sportsman division. 3rd fast time tonight, Mike Brown. Your point leader is on the inside of the 2nd row, car 25. It's Jimmy Kidd, and on the tail, your fast qualifier tonight, 2nd generation driver, Don Gregory Jr., your fastest 4 Limited Sportsman, 4 laps. Mike Brown with a wiggle in turn 2. Zero Hill pulls ahead. Jimmy Kidd is 2nd. Brown 3rd. Zero Hill 2nd in the track point standings. The 2nd place man is your track point standings leader. Halfway. The cross flag signifying halfway the last time by. Now Kidd drops the wheels off the track in turn 2. Hill pulls ahead. The Budget Car Sales Lumina will get the white flag this time. Jimmy Kidd again pulls up on a back bumper of Hill. Hill looking for his 2nd trophy day victory of 1994, and he'll win. Zero Hill. Finishing 2nd, Jimmy Kidd. 3rd is Mike Brown, and 4th, Don Gregory Jr. Without one. All right, now the cars in the first of 2 Limited Sportsman heat races. Get ready to do battle. This is a 1/3 mile paved oval, about a 13-degree banking. We're ready for the first of 2 Limited Sportsman heat races. On the pole, in car 76, the blue and red entry, it's Buddy Townsend. Outside of row number 1 in 23, it's John Matthews. Row 2 in car 29, that's Bobby Justice. And alongside 27, it's Jim McCulley. Then in row 3, car 70, Joe Hill from Germantown. Outside in car number 5, a driver change. In 5 is Kenny Sward tonight for the rest of the evening. And also 36, that's Bobby Allensworth. 8 laps for the Limited Sportsman first heat race, the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman first heat is underway with Buddy Townsend pulling ahead of John Matthews now. 29, the black 29 of Bobby Justice, goes after Townsend in turn number 4. 7 laps to go. With one heat race victory in 1994 so far. He's looking for number 2, but we see Bobby Justice trying to move on the outside of him down the backstretch. Justice with the advantage down in turns 1 and 2. He tries to squeeze down on Townsend, and Justice takes over. Joe Hill now in pursuit. Halfway. Now car 70 is up to second spot. That is Joe Hill. He'll go after Justice off the 4th turn. Joe Hill out of Germantown, Ohio, making his case for the lead. Joe Hill, a former track champion in this division. Now he slips off the 2nd turn. Justice pulls ahead just a bit. We see Bobby Allensworth in 3rd spot. Kenny Swart in 4th in car number 5. White flag this time. Again, Justice struggles on the outside of Bobby Justice. Justice will win his 2nd heat race of 1994. The top 5 finishing 2nd, Joe Hill. 3rd, Bobby Allensworth. 4th goes to 4th is Kenny Swart in car number 5. And in 5th spot, Buddy Townsend. About a big round of applause for all the drivers in that very competitive first heat race. For the 2nd Limited Sportsman Heat Race, starting first in car 73, it's Randy Swart. Swart in 73. Outside in 7, that's Don Townsend Jr. Row number 2, Dave Ritchie Jr. in car 35. And beside of him, in 55, Tim Rowenbeck. Rounding out the field in car 01, another 2nd generation driver, Jerry Buck in 01. And your 5th fastest qualifier starts on the tail of this event. Car 13, that's Jerry Jones, the American Cities entry. 6 cars, they'll go at it for 8 racing laps around the Speedway. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman 2nd heat race. Swart on the inside, Townsend on the outside. Now Randy Swart with the advantage. He pulls ahead. Townsend Jr. 2nd. Dave Ritchie runs 3rd. To the outside of leader Randy Swart. 3 laps complete. Now Dave Ritchie and Don Townsend Jr. contact on the front stretch. They continue to trade paint down the backstretch. Some tight action on the backstretch. Now 4 laps complete. Jerry Buck slips inside of Dave Ritchie for the 3rd spot. Now Buck will set his sights on 2nd place, Don Townsend Jr. And Buck pulls a pass off in turn 1. Jerry Buck is up to 2nd spot. Started back in 5th. He's up to 2nd, going after Randy Sword. White flag this time. Buck right on Sword's back bumper. Randy Sword with 1 heat race victory so far this season, looking for number 2. And he'll do it. Randy Sword. Jerry Buck is 2nd. 3rd, Jerry Jones. 4th goes to Don Townsend Jr. And 5th, Dave Ritchie. Randy Sword, car 73, the car sponsored by Universal Drywall, also Millstream Nursery. Other sponsors are CompuSign, JC Radiator, Steer and Gear, and Central Ohio Engines. For staggered dashes, we'll run 2 4-car fast qualifier dashes. These are 4 of the Fast 8 qualifiers in qualifications from earlier. Of course, they'll be going in for 4 laps. Starting on the pole in car number 2. With 8th fast qualifying time, a 14.233 from Columbus, rookie driver Bobby Bocook. 8th fast time. He'll start, if everybody makes it, he'll start on the pole in the feature event tonight. Okay, alongside of him in car 44, the 6th fast qualifier tonight, another rookie from Columbus, 14.133 his qualifying time, Joe DeFelice. In the 2nd row, the gentleman from Pickerington, Ohio, the 4th fast qualifier here tonight, with a time of 14.099, the Bob Evans Camaro of Lonnie Rush Sr. And finally, on the tail, the 2nd fast qualifier this evening, his qualifying time a 14.069, Danny Eves. And Eves will be the one going after that $3,000 Winston Challenge bonus tonight. So hold on to your hats, Margaret. That ought to be a good one. Okay, 4 of the 8 fastest qualifiers in a 4-lap dash. Bobby Bocook, Joe DeFelice, Lonnie Rush Sr., and Danny Eves. Bocook and DeFelice setting the pace. They'll begin to accelerate in turn 3. The green flies, but that'll be a false start. Eves and DeFelice got a little bit out of order over there in turn 3 and 4. As always, we go ahead and throw the green, but then display the yellow light on the backstretch so that we don't have a big pile up down here in turn number 1. Jim Paul, our starter, implores the drivers to stay side by side as they exit the fourth turn. Again, they pick up the pace. DeFelice this time a little bit closer. It should be a good one. The green flag is out. The two rookies go door to door in turns 1 and 2. Bocook with the advantage on the backstretch. Lonnie Rush Sr. tries to slip inside of Joe DeFelice for the runner-up spot. DeFelice apparently taking it easy in car 44. He wants to be around for that 100-lapper. Bocook is not taking it easy. He leads the race. Halfway this time. Now Lonnie Rush is interested in seeing how that outside groove's going to work this evening. He looks to the second line. He'll try to challenge Bocook off of turn 4. Rush trying to make up some time on Bobby Bocook down the backstretch. Half a lap to go. Your winner will be Bobby Bocook. Lonnie Rush is second, third, Danny Eves, and fourth, Joe DeFelice. That is Bocook's second Trophy Dash victory of the 1994 racing campaign. Central Ohio Engines, one of the sponsors on that car, along with Summit Racing Enterprises, REZ Trucking, Angelina's Villa Pizza, B. Martin Son and Son Auto Care, R&J Towing, All City Auto Wrecking, C&M Towing, and Skinner Diesel Services. Odd from the standpoint of they qualified in the odd numbered positions, the odd numeral positions. On the pole, your seventh fast qualifier from qualifications earlier, car number 30 from Canton, Ohio. His time, 14.188. Brian Volk. Volk in car number 30. Outside of Volk, your current track record holder and point leader. I take that back. He is not the track record holder. He does, however, have the point lead in car 61 from Urbana, Ohio. The fifth fast qualifier this evening. 14.107 his time. Car 61, Mike Ward, starts outside of row number 1. In row 2, an excellent qualifying time for this guy. Car number 1 from Columbus, Ohio. The third fast qualifier tonight with a 14.098, Terry Humphrey. And on the tail, your fast qualifier this evening. This is the car that Gary St. Amant drove to the feature win on the first race night of the season. The time, 14.036. Randy Maynard Jr., your fast qualifier tonight. 4 cars, 4 laps. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model Trophy Dash. And we've got a yellow flag. Some sort of problem already. Cars building up some speed in turn number 3. We'll get a green flag this time. Mike Ward squeezes down inside, or to the inside of Brian Volk, just in front of that driver. Randy Maynard Jr. runs third. Now Ward with about a 5-car length advantage as they traverse the backstretch. Halfway this time. Ward has one Trophy Dash victory to his credit. He continues to stretch it out over Brian Volk. Third is Randy Maynard Jr. Ward with a sixth of a lap remaining. Volk still second. And your winner will be Mike Ward from Urbana, Ohio. Canton, Ohio driver Brian Volk is second. Third goes to Randy Maynard Jr. And fourth, Terry Humphrey. So Ward's Camaro, sponsored by Buckles Motors, Fast Racing Engines, Sutphen Fire Engines, and Poland's Custom Trailers. Mike Ward finished third in the 1992 late model points and was named the most improved late model driver last season here at the Speedway. B Main. They'll get another chance if they don't make it in this race. All right, here's the lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole in car 53, it's Mike Miller. Miller in 53 alongside Scott Drake in 91. The second row, car 17, the green 17, that is Danny Brown, and beside him in 19, the driver Carlton Smith. Then in the third row, car number 98, Mike Denny, and car number 5, that is Mike Stacy. Then comes 94, Robbie Dean, and 43, Tim Yonker. Again, the first 5 finishers, the first 4 finishers, move on to the feature event. Everybody else goes to the B main. Mike Miller and Scott Drake, Danny Brown and Carlton Smith, Mike Denny and Mike Stacy, Robbie Dean and Tim Yonker. Only 4 move on to the $5,000 to win John Nuckles Memorial. Scott Drake moves past Mike Miller for the lead. Miller runs second, Carlton Smith third. Here comes Mike Stacy on the outside in car 5. Caution is out. Tim Yonker with a spin in turn number 4. This time Miller with a little better start, but still Scott Drake moves around. Drake will lead down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4. Mike Miller is second. Carlton Smith steps out into that outside groove. He'll go after Miller down the backstretch. Mike Stacy and Danny Brown right there. Only 4 move on to the feature. A real battle for that second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth spot. Drake, your leader in 91. Now Carlton Smith takes over the runner-up spot. Mike Stacy goes to the outside of him in turn number 4. Stacy is third. Miller gets back underneath Stacy. Robbie Dean 5th. Stacy gets past Mike Miller. Still Scott Drake, your leader. Complete. They'll complete 7 this time by. And now the Big Bird goes after Mike Miller in turn 4. Robbie Dean moves into that 4th and final transfer first spot. It's Scott Drake, Carlton Smith, Mike Stacy, Robbie Dean, your top four. Mike Denny now up to fifth spot. White flag. Robbie Dean goes around Mike Stacy in turns 1 and 2. He'll go after Carlton Smith. Your winner will be Scott Drake. Finishing second is Carlton Smith. Third, Robbie Dean. Fourth with the fourth and final transfer car to the feature is Mike Stacy. Fifth goes to Mike Denny, and I believe sixth place was Mike Miller. So a lot more at stake in these heat races than normal here at the Speedway. Your winner, Scott Drake. Two more late model heat races to go. We have a message for Abby Roden. Abby Roden, you're needed at Gate B, the general mission gate, please. Abby Roden to Gate B. Okay, starting on the pole. In car number 86 from New Albany, Ohio, it's Skip Thornton. Thornton in 86. Alongside a new face here tonight, car 31 from Salem, Ohio, Rob Swindell. The second row in car 59, it's Burgess White. And beside him out of Sydney, Ohio, John Hellman. Then comes car number 6, Jerry Mitchell. And car 65, a two-time winner of the John Nuckles Memorial, Tim Ice. In car 65. The final row made up of car 77, Kenny Sword, and 28, Gary Brenner. So again, 8 cars looking to finish in one of the first 4 positions to move on to the feature event. There are 6 cars inverted in each of these races, so the fastest car in this event in qualifying was Tim Ice in car 65. 10 laps, 4 move on. Heat race number 2 for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model. That outside groove is hot tonight, Rob Swindell. Rob Swindell takes over the lead in car 31. Second is Skip Thornton. Third, Burgess White. Fourth, Jerry Mitchell. John Hellman is fifth. And John Hellman spins in the 4th turn. Third, Burgess White. Fourth at this point is Jerry Mitchell. White feeling his oats this evening. He goes to the outside of Skip Thornton for second spot. Tim Ice mired in traffic back there. He's a 2-time winner of the John Nuckles Memorial. Ice in 65 now up to 6th place. Rob Swindell is checking out in car 31. He's from Salem, Ohio. Burgess White all over the back end of Skip Thornton. Jerry Mitchell continues to run fourth halfway. And a spin as Kenny Sword in turn number 1. check that out. He leads the field. Skip Thornton second, Burgess White, and Jerry Mitchell, your top four. Tim Ice right on Jerry Mitchell's back bumper. Remember, only 4 go on to the feature. This time, Ice will try upstairs on Mitchell. Swindell, Thornton, Burgess White, and Jerry Mitchell. To go this time by. Here comes Ice on the outside of Jerry Mitchell for that 4th transfer spot. Of course, Ice driving that car, that team car to Mike Ward. He runs 5th. Your leader is Rob Swindell. He gets the white flag. Rob Swindell leads by a mile down the backstretch. He'll win easily. Second will be Skip Thornton. Third, Burgess White. 4th is Jerry Mitchell. So those are your 4 transfer cars. 5th goes to Tim Ice. 6th, Gary Brenner. 7th, John Hellman, I believe. No doubt about your 4 transfer cars. Rob Swindell from Salem, Ohio. His first appearance of 1994. Car sponsored by Valley Forge, and it looks like Warner Auto Body, another sponsor on Swindell's 1994 Camaro. The Wing Sprint Cars in here next Saturday night. We got a special treat coming up for you at intermission, so stand by for that. All right, here we go. The starting order for the 3rd and final late model heat race. We had a scratch in this race. That's why there were only 6 cars. We had a scratch. Jim Cruz scratched out of this event. He would have been the 7th starter. Here we go, the lineup from Strasburg, Ohio on the pole. The brother of Mark Malkett, who is a former John Nuckles Memorial winner. This is B.A. Malkett in 79. Alongside in 92 from Columbus, the 1992 track champion, Donnie Renner. Second row from New Philadelphia, that's Gary Smith. And alongside 26, Bill Cantley. The 3rd and final row, 11, Dick Dunleavy Jr., and 81, Don Whitnall. 4 cars move on. Again, Jim Cruz scratched from this event. All right, a false start. Again, the problem is that each racetrack starts their cars at a little different pace, a little differently. So whenever somebody comes in unfamiliar with our starting procedure, as are our drivers, there's a little bit of a learning curve involved. So you saw Donnie Renner getting a big jump. We call that a false start, and we'll line them up and try it again. Brad Malkett, Donnie Renner, Gary Smith, Bill Cantley, Dick W. Jr., and Don Whitnall, your 6 competitors. Now we got them lined up. We're going to race this time. Brad Malkett in 79, the leader. Donnie Renner runs second. Good battle back there for that 2nd through 6th spot. Take that 3rd through 6th. Malkett is out front. Renner is second. Gary Smith third. The battle being waged for that fourth and final transfer spot between Dunleavy and Canley. Gary Smith squarely in turns one and two. He collects it, but almost spins. This time Smith is very sideways. Dunleavy and Wetnall move past. Next it'll be Bill Canley. He'll get by. Halfway for Brad Malkin. Donnie Renner on cruise control in second spot. Third, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Fourth, Don Wetnall. Trying to track down fourth place Don Wetnall. 2 laps to go this time. We see the white flag pulled from its mooring on the start to finish line. White flag for Brad Malkin. Brad Malkin will win easily. Donnie Renner second. Third is Dick Dunleavy. Fourth goes to Don Wetnall. Fifth is Bill Canley, and sixth Gary Smith. So those are your 4 transfer cars from that event. Malkin, Renner, Dunleavy, and Wetnall. On the pole in car 66. From Columbus, Ohio, it's Paul Baker Jr. Baker in 66. Beside him, car 36. I believe this is probably his first ever Trophy Dash appearance, or close to it anyway. Car 36, it's Jimmy Romans. In the second row, car 17 is Steve Tuttle. Tuttle, your current point leader. He is your second fast qualifier this evening, and on the tail with another new track record tonight, one of the famous Parsons clan. This one is Donald Parsons. On the tail, your fast qualifier tonight, new track record 16.440. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series Straight Stock Trophy Dash here on the John Nuckles Memorial by Winston night at the races. Baker Jr. holds a tight line as Jimmy Romans tries to make some time on the outside. Romans and Baker still going at it for the lead. Now it's Jimmy Romans out front. And he is hot into turn 3. Saves it halfway this time. Baker and Romans back to the original starting lineup, as are Tuttle and Parsons. Looks like the first lap this time, except it's the white flag. Now Steve Tuttle Tuttle and Baker with contact in turn 1. Romans is your leader, but here comes Donald Parsons. It should be close. Jimmy Romans. Second place, Donald Parsons. Third, Paul Baker Jr. And fourth, Steve Tuttle. Your winner, Jimmy Romans. The car sponsored by Cyrus Printing, Maynard's Towing, All City Auto Wrecking, Bigham Graphics. He wins his first Trophy Dash race of 1994. All right, we understand that Bob Neubauer has a driver in the pit area. Go ahead, Bob. For this event, we understand that car 94 tonight is driven by Chris Lucas. Lucas in 94. He qualified the car apparently, unbeknownst to us. Outside in 72, that's Rick Honecker. The second row is Jim New in 41 and 83, Bobby Stacy. Then comes 50, that is Don Gillum, 98, driven by Dean Stuckey. Then comes 95, Mike Litchfield, 11, Rick Rodewald, and 8, Bob Moore. 8 laps for the first street stock heat race. Lucas, but somebody put a B in Dean Stuckey's bonnet. He is now taking over the lead. Stuckey, a man on a mission, leads the race. Second now is Chris Lucas in 94. Jim New, but here comes Rick Rodewald in car number 11. Dean Stuckey way out front. Stuckey with 2 heat race wins this season. He leads. Second. A 3 deep battle in turn 1. Lucas still holds on to runner-up spot. Again, 3 abreast on the front stretch. Whoa, that was exciting. Jim New and Rick Rodewald go around either side of Chris Lucas. Spin, Rick Honecker in 72, another spin. Everybody is going again. Bobby Stacy finds a fire in car 83, white flag for Dean Stuckey. Second is Rick Rodewald, third Jim New. Don Gillum, black flag for rough driving. Stuckey, lap traffic, he slows dramatically in turn 4, but he'll win. Second is Rick Rodewald, third, Jim New. Fourth is too close for me to call. I'll have to wait, check with official scoring for your fourth and fifth place finisher. So a wild race all around. Let's see here. Dean Stuckey with his third heat race victory of 1994. Car sponsored by D&J Furniture, Floral Expressions, Advanced Air Heating and Air Conditioning. Jones's Jesse's Auction House in Waldo. one of those. With Brad Malkett. Okay, we have some phone messages. Listen up, 3 people: Tammy Stevens, Brenda Kidd, and Donald Eastham. That's Tammy Stevens, Brenda Kidd, Donald Eastham. You have phone messages in the Speedway office at the base of the tower. All right, now your lineup. Don Holland in 79 starts on the pole alongside Gary Lamer. Second row, Randy Tharp and Tom Idle. Row number 3, Jamie Hunt and Rick Lawwell. Then comes 88, Bruce Holmes. 49 is Bobby Adkins. Then comes Heavy Hill in 70 and 26, Scott Stevens. All right, 8 laps for the street stock, third heat race. The late model B main is next. I take that back. This is the second street stock heat race. The second street stock heat race on the racetrack. Sorry about that. Your leader is Don Holland. Now Randy Tharp goes around Holland. He'll lead down the backstretch. Jamie Hunt will be the next guy to challenge Holland. Tharp now out to a comfortable 5-car length advantage. In 4th spot is Tom Idle. 5th, Bruce Holmes. Halfway this time. And a bit of trouble for Randy Tharp negotiating turn 4. That 5-car length advantage whittled down to nothing as Jamie Hunt is on the prowl. Tom Idle is 3rd. The white flag this time for Randy Tharp. Tharp looking for his 6th heat race victory of 1994. It'll be close. Randy Tharp, your winner. Jamie Hunt is 2nd, Tom Idle 3rd, Bruce Holmes 4th, and Rick Lawwell rounds out the top 5. So again, Randy Tharp, his 6th feature win, or I'm sorry, heat race win of this season. The lineup goes thusly. In car 15 on the pole, it's Norman Ackerman. Beside him is 91. The driver is Sean Gray. Row number 2 and 31, that's Jim Hersey. And 52, Tom Bond. The 3rd row, car 43, Mike Schweier. And number 4, Phil Gussler. Then comes 77, Kevin Lococo. 18, Bo Davis. 12, Big Daddy Don Parsons. And 27 is Dave Dysinger. We'll get a green flag this time around. 8 laps in store for these gentlemen in the 3rd street stock heat race. That's Norman Ackerman out front. Second is Jim Hersey. Mike Schweier runs third. Now Schweier squeezes inside of second place Jim Hersey. Cross flags halfway this time. Bumper tag in turn 2. Ackerman and Schweier get together. Running fourth is Phil Gussler. Gussler trying to squeeze inside of Hersey for third spot. Meantime, the race for the lead heated when we see Kevin Lococo spinning. Lococo, red flag, or no red flag, sorry about that. White flag, there we go. Ackerman and Schweier wheel to wheel. Now Schweier with a bit of an advantage down the backstretch. Lap traffic ahead. It'll be Mike Schweier. Norman Ackerman second. Phil Gussler third. Fourth, Don Parsons, and fifth, Dave Dysinger. So Schweier, your winner. This is second, Mike's second heat race win of 1994. Sponsors on Schweier's 1977 Camaro include Solo Mufflers, Vans Auto Body, Direct Painting, and Lanahan Auto Body. Nuckles Memorial. These cars have not made it in yet. They'll be dicing it out, going for the final four starting positions, so your top four finishers transfer to the feature event. These cars are starting in straight up order. In other words, the fastest of these cars start towards the front of the event. On the pole, in car 35 from Seville, Ohio, the Iceman, Tim Ice. Alongside the 98.9, the River Racer, it's Mike Denny in 98. Second row from Sydney, Ohio, car 63, John Hellman, and Columbus's own Bill Cantley in car 26. Next, the driver from Columbus, the car number 17, it's Danny Brown, and beside him out of New Philadelphia, Ohio, car 70, Gary Smith. In the fourth row, 53 is Mike Miller, and 77, Kenny Sward. Then the fifth and final row, car 43, Tim Yonker, and 28, Gary Brenner. The first four and only four finishers move into tonight's 100-lapper. Ice and Denny lead the pack around 10 laps for the late model B main. Tim Ice with the advantage down the backstretch. Oh, John Hellman close to the back of Mike Denny's car, but everybody Bill Canley in that K95.5 Mid-Ohio Marine Camaro tries to move on the outside of John Hellman. Now Canley with an advantage on Hellman down the backstretch. He'll tuck inside of John Hellman. Your top four run nose to tail. Jim Cruz out on the track. He's laps down. A tight battle for that fourth transfer spot. Hellman and Danny Brown. Halfway. Tim Ice, Mike Denny, Bill Cantley, John Hellman, and Danny Brown, your top five cars. Now Mike Miller up to challenge Danny Brown for fifth spot. Again, car 99, Jim Cruz is several laps down. Flag this time, Tim Ice, your leader. And the Iceman wins the B-Main. Tim Ice. Mike Denny comes home second. Third is Bill Cantley. And fourth goes to John Hellman. So those are your four finals qualifiers for tonight's feature event. Now we go back to the qualifying order to determine the starting order amongst all these folks who...
Don't do that. That makes me think I'm in trouble. Every time he says that, I swear I don't mean to get you. Is that what you think I'm talking about? No, it's just that they talk. They really do. I can make it up. Yeah, but one's going to be
okay, now who did you stick me with?
39. Look where he's at.
183.
We'll start from the tail, come forward to the inversion, and then go to the front and come backwards, starting in the 24th spot. The last row, car number 94 from Darbydale, Ohio, the five-time track champion, Robbie Dean. Dean told Bob Neubauer earlier he was going to try to come to the front. In that row with him, starting in the 23rd position out of Strasburg, Ohio, his brother Mark Malcutt, a former winner of this event. It's Brad Malcutt in 79. Brad apparently not racing tonight. No, I'm kidding. He apparently forgot his teeth or something in the pit area. He went back there to get those. In the next position, car 86, 22nd on the field from New Albany, Ohio, Skip Thornton. In that row with him, the 1992 track champion, car number 92, Donnie Renner. Row number 10 is next. From Salem, Ohio, outside of row 10, Car 31, he won that heat race earlier, Rob Swindell. Inside of Swindell 3 times. This driver has visited Victory Lane in 1994 from Xenia, Ohio, Scott Drake. The 9th row is next. The Fast Racing Engines, Cantley's Race Parts entry, 59. High Pockets, it's Burgess White. And in that row with him, the Columbus racing entrepreneur, Bill Cantley in 26, a current track record holder. Row number 8 is next out of Sydney, Ohio. Car 63, John Hellman. And inside of Hellman, out of the Dayton area, Centerville, Ohio, home for this driver, it's Carlton Smith. Next from New Carlisle, Ohio, in car number 11, Dick Dunleavy Jr. And with him in that row, car number 6, he led earlier in the point standings this year, back out last Saturday night with a brand new car, still getting it sorted out. The Charlie's House of Meats entry, Jerry Mitchell. Then comes the River Racer, 98.99 FM, the River. Mike Denny, the driver. And here's the next guy. He'll be going after that $3,000 Winston Challenge bonus tonight if he can win from 11th starting spot, Danny Eves. All right, next up, we'll go to car 81, the Kennard Custom Siding entry, Millersport, Ohio driver, Don Wecknall, former track champion here at the 3rd Mile Oval. Then a 2-time winner of this event from Seville, Ohio, his first appearance of 1994, Mike Ward's brother-in-law, Tim Ice. Enon, Ohio driver is next. The Paul Storer-owned 1994 Camaro. It's Mike Stacy. All right, we're up to the fast qualifier, so we'll go to the first row, on the front row in car number 2, starting first in the REZ Trucking Central Ohio Engines entry. It's Bobby Bocook. Outside of him in car number 30, I saw this guy about 3 weeks ago obliterate the field at Sandusky Speedway in a main event qualifier. The Bud Light sponsored car, Brian Volk from Canton, Ohio. A rookie driver starts inside of row number 2. The ALD Concrete car number 44, Joe DeFelice. Outside of row number 2, it's Tim Ice's brother-in-law, the current point leader from Urbana, Ohio, Mike Ward. Inside of row number 3, another 3-time winner in 1994, the Bob Evans Campus Auto Service Camaro from Pickerington, Ohio, Lonnie Rush. Up next, a particularly good qualifying time for this driver tonight, the Larry Heiser Enterprises Humphreys Engine Services entry, Terry Humphrey. And finally, your fast qualifier tonight. This the car that Gary St. Amant drove to a feature win earlier this season. Maynard has won 2, I believe, features this season. Randy Maynard Jr., your fast qualifier tonight. All right, while these guys buckle in, if you'd please rise and salute the flag for the memorial. Well, there you go now to Bob Neubauer for the words Go ahead, Bob.
Well, Jeff, I've never done this, and I'll tell you what, there's probably 3,000 or 4,000 people who've always wanted to do this, so this is going to be your chance. On the count of three, everybody say those, those magic words that gentlemen start, that part. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go racing!
We're going to do the wave as these cars come through the fourth turn. Everybody, we're going to do the crowd wave. 1, 2, 3, down in turn 4. Here we go, everybody up down there. Next, here we go, all right. Yay! All right. So there we go, the wave. 1 lap up, we're going to be back underway. You guys are good sports. Bobby Bocook and Brian Volk pace the field. 100 laps. Complete. Brian Volk, the leader in car number 30. Mike Ward is now second. Terry Humphrey, Bobby Boca. Everybody playing a little conservative. Trying to save tires. Volk still the leader. Down in turns 3 and 4. the leader. Michael, not ready to try to move around Volk yet. The two cars on the move are Lonnie Rush and Danny Eves. Rush to the outside of Mike Stacy. Lonnie Rush now goes after Joe DeFelice for 5th spot. And a yellow flag. Burgess White is in turn 4. So the caution flies for the first time. Brian Volk is ready to go back racing. He leads them around. 17 laps are complete. And this time Burgess White again in car 59 spins down there in turn number 4. The move on Joe DeFelice for 5th spot. And a collision in turn 2 involves Tim Ice. Looks to be maybe Randy Maynard as well. Also down there is Brad Malkett, Donnie Renner. He looks to the outside of Brian Volk. Ward and Volk trade the pen in turn 2. Here fast ball by Randy Maynard Jr. Black flag. Stop in turn 4. Mike Ward, the new leader. Second is Brian Volk. Third, Terry Humphrey. Ward begins to stretch it out over Brian Volk. And Danny Eves goes up in smoke. Eves in car number 7. Fluid on the front stretch, and Eves' dream of an $8,000 payday just went out the window.
Alrighty, we have 27 laps complete. I'm Nate Pennington. We're having audio problems again, so I'm going to announce this race for a while. Mike Ward, your leader. Brian Volk running in 7. Terry Humphrey in 3rd. And then it's Bobby Bocook in the 2 car. Mike Stacy now looking outside of the Joe D police machine as Don Whitnall moves inside of Mike Stacy. But can't quite get the job done that time by. Your leader is still Mike Ward. And now Whitnall outside of D Police. Whitnall now running in the 5th position. They touch going through turn 4. Trying to get around them 44 car of Joe D Police. 34 of Joe D. Police are side by side. And now Terry Humphrey closes in on the back bumper of Brian Volk in the 30 car. Terry Humphrey running in third. He wants that second place position. And now Humphrey outside of the 30 of Brian Volk. Terry Humphrey in the 1 car. In the meantime, you see him in the far left-hand screen. There's your leader, car number 61, Mike Ward. Mike Ward is checking out. And now Bobby Bocook in the 2 car makes himself known to the 30 in the 1 car. We're going to continue to watch this battle for second, third, and fourth. We now have 52 of the 100 laps complete. 52 laps now complete. Mike Ward, and now we got a battle shaping up for second as Terry Humphrey moves around the 30 car for the second position. They're side by side through turns 3 and 4. Terry Humphrey now second. On the leader, number 61, Mike Ward. We're going to give you a little bit of an idea of the distance between these 2 cars. There's Humphrey in the far right hand of your screen, and there is Mike Ward, your leader. Car number 61, Mike Ward. Humphrey might be closing on your lead car number 61, Mike Ward. puts a lap on the 6th car of Jerry Mitchell. Mike Ward still your leader in heavy traffic, and now Mike Ward about to put a lap on the 83 of Long
And
Rush.
Dick Dunleavy Jr. Dunleavy off the pacing car 11.
Dick Dunleavy shuts it off on the backstretch. I believe we have Jeff
And a
back
yellow
now.
flag, Dick Dunleavy Jr. on the backstretch. That car looked like it lost power down the front stretch. Now he's found the fire. It's back underway.
Well, it is my understanding that the audio problem is on from the Columbus Motor Speedway side, so I'm going to continue on announcing this race since we can't depend on the announce from Jeff Nuckles. 67 of the 100 laps now complete. Green flag. Your leader is still Mike Ward. Terry Humphrey running in second. And now Brian Volk, your place car, makes it around the lap car of Mike Denny. And Burgess White into the turn 3 wall. Burgess White in the 59 car into the turn 3 wall. As we take a look at the official starter, Jim Paul, and his assistant starter, Denny Jordan, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that not only does Penstroke Productions videotape here each and every Saturday night at Columbus Motor Speedway, but at Killcare Speedway and Killcare Dragway for the Midwest's finest video racing series, Penstroke Productions. Okay, with 69 of 100 laps now complete, it's Mike Ward, Terry Humphrey. They bring it down to the green flag. And Don Wetnall looks to the outside of the two of Bobby Bocook. It's Bocook on the inside and Don Wetnall on the outside. And now Brian Volk pulls right back up on the back bumper of Terry Humphrey. Brian Volk in the 30 car, wanting that second place position back, and now Volk goes to the outside of Terry Humphrey through turns 1 and 2. And Donnie Minner off the track in the infield on the front stretch. Good battle for this second place position as we got a car spinning out over here. Looks like the 86 of Skip Thornton spinning out in turn 4. Caution once again on the track. And your second place car, Terry Humphrey, has gone into the pit, so that'll make Brian Volk now your second place car. Don Whitnell will be in third. Mike Stacy, Bill Kentley, Scott Drake, and B.A. Malkett. Once again, Terry Humphrey. Terry Humphrey going to the pit area. As the Columbus Columbus Motor Speedway scoreboard says 73 of the 100 laps now complete. Mike Ward, Brian Volk, Don Whitnall, Bobby Bocook, Mike Stacy, Bill Cantley, and Scott Drake. Now Whitnall looks to the outside of the lap car, Mike Denny. As Mike Ward checks out once again, already with about 10 to 15 car length lead on your second place car, number 30, Brian Volk. As Whitnall having trouble getting around the lap car, Mike Denny. As we got good battles going on back in the pack, we got a log jam behind the Whitnall and Mike Denny machine. Now Whitnall finally gets around the Mike Denny machine. Bobby Bocook will be the next to try, and here comes Mike Stacy and Bill Cantley. Good look at your leader car, number 61, Mike Ward. Ward really dominating the last half of this race. Moves to the outside of Bobby Bocook down the back straightaway. It's Bocook on the inside, Stacy on the outside. Drake try to get around Mike Denny in the lap car. Bocook slides through turns 3 and 4. Stacy now third. Excuse me, Mike Stacy is fourth. Don Whitnall third. Brian Book in second, of course. Mike Ward running in first. And now Scott Drake getting around the 26 machine of Bill Cantley. Scott Drake. And we got a good battle going on for second and third and fourth and fifth. As Whitnall looks for the way around Volk. And here comes Mike Stacy. More laps to go, 90, now 91 laps complete, 9 laps to go. Excuse me, 10 laps to go that time by. .91 laps now complete. Mike Ward is checked out on this group here. We're going to go back quick quickly to your leader, and then we'll come back to that battle. Right there's your leader, car number 61, Mike Ward. And we're going to give you an idea, a little bit of the distance as he comes through turns 3 and 4 this time by. We're going to widen out and show you where that second through the pack is. There goes Mike Ward, and here comes the second place car number 30, Brian Volkin. Look at Scott Drake moving on the outside. Scott Drake now up to 4th. He'll try Don Wetnall for that 3rd position. 5 laps now to go. 5 more laps to go. And we got caution on the track. I believe the 98 car had a problem, but I'm not sure. But we got caution on the track. This will make it a good old-fashioned barn burner as we got 5 laps to go. With 94 of the 100 laps now complete, 6 more laps to go. Your leader, Mike Ward, in second, Brian Volk, then Don Whitnall, Scott Drake, Mike Stacy, Bobby Bocook, Bill Cantley, and B.A. Malkin. Now we'll see if the 30 car has anything for the 61 car. And of course, there's the one of Don Wetnall, and Scott Drake was really on the move before the caution. They come down to the green flag. It flies. We are racing once again. And immediately, Scott Drake pulls to the outside of Don Wetnall. Scott Drake in the 91 machine. Scott Drake now 3rd. And now Drake pulls to the outside of the 30 car, Brian Volk. They're side by side going through turns 3 and 4. Scott Drake now 2nd. But does he have enough time to catch the 61 of Mike Ward? Only 4 more, 3.5 more laps to go. 3 laps to go this time by for your leader, car number 61, Mike Ward. As we got some dicing going on back in the pack. 98 laps now complete of the 100 scheduled laps. We'll get the white flag next time by. And the white flag for your leader, Mike Ward. And we got a spin. Don Wetnall spins in turn 2. And the caution comes out instead of the checker. As we've got car parts on the back straightaway. And they have thrown the red flag and the checker flag. The event is over. Your winner, car number 61, Mike Ward. Scott Drake will finish 2nd. Brian Volk in 3rd.
So your winner, Mike Ward in car 61. Bullshit! 99% of the...
And once again, car number 61, your winner.
Mike Ward, the winner.
Yay, Scott! Yay, Scott!
Fast Racing, Buckles.
Car sponsored by Fast Racing Engines, Buckles Motors, Poland's Custom Trailers.
Poland's Trucks and Trailers, also one of the sponsors on that car. Car number 61, Mike Ward, your winner of the 11th annual John Nuckles Memorial. Now in the record books, and the winner, once again, car number 61. We'll have the Winner Circle festivities for you in just a couple of moments. And as Mike Ward climbs out, we're going to go down to the Winner Circle with Bob Neubauer for the interview.
Feature tonight. You'll get that fine plaque, 2 plaques, one from R.J. Reynolds Whitson, one from Columbus Motor Speedway, plus the traveling trophy will now have his name. We'll go down now to Bob Neubauer on the front stretch. Go ahead, Bob. What's going on down there?
Well, if you can tell us a little pandemonium down here. Who is this lady? She's crying. That's my wife. I love her. Hey, listen, if you understand, you said just talked about the last 10 laps or so. In a race like this, you start hearing gremlins. You start worrying about every little vibration. Is that what it was like driving out there?
No, I tell you, usually you do. But the car felt so good, I just got into a stage where I just kind of stroked it. I had a lot more to go if I wanted to push it through the corners. I got my hands looked off to these people behind me to keep this car set up. Nuckles Motors and a man, fast racing engines, Pennington Corporation. I love you, you're the best.
Well, listen, we will bring Jim here, Jim. I'm a director, you got a whole lot of this, and we'll do it.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike, for putting on a good show for me and the fans. Thank you. Thank you.
And the presentation of the plaque to Mike Ward, your winner of the John Nuckles Memorial. Up next, the Sportsman 35 lap feature event and the Street Stock feature. All right, now it's time for your lineup for the 35 lap Sportsman feature. On the pole, car number 76, Buddy Townsend Jr. John Matthews in the 23 car. In the second row, car number 29, Bobby Justice. And outside of him, the 27 of Jim McCauley. It's the 70 of Joe Hill, the 36 of Bobby Allensworth. The 73 of Randy Sword is next, and the 7 of Don Townsend Jr. Then it's the 35 of... I can't think of his name. Last name is Ritchie, but outside of him is the 55 of, oh my gosh, I forgot his name too. Inside next row is Jerry Buck in the 01 car and the 13 of Jerry Jones. Then it's a 0 Hill, the 20 of Mike Brown, the 25, your current points leader, Jim Kidd, and outside him the 2 car of Don Gregory Jr. Next is the 5 car driven tonight by Kenny Sword, and outside him the 86 of Mike Holland.
So once again, as I mentioned earlier, Mike Holland, they had trouble on that car, broken axle in hot laps.
All right, the assistant flagman Denny Jordan gives them the signal that there's 2 more laps to go. We'll be racing in just a couple of minutes, so we're going to take a pause. The pace car pulls off the track on the back stretch. We should get a green flag this time by. Once again, it's Buddy Townsend and John Matthews, Bobby Justice and Jim McCauley, Joe Hill and Bobby Allensworth, your top 6, and they bring them down. Green flag! Don Townsend spins in turn 3 and hits the wall. It looks like Allensworth also involved in that crash. Caution on the track. That was the 55 car of Tim Rohnbeck caught up in that. It looks like that car might still be mobile. Don Townsend Jr. out of his car. He's okay. We still have caution on the track. All right, with 1 out of the 35 laps now complete, it's Buddy Townsend, Bob Justice, John Matthews, Joe Hill, Jim McCauley, Randy Sword, Bobby Allensworth, and Dave Ritchie Jr. Green flag. And Justice looks to the outside of Townsend down the back straightaway. Bobby Justice, now your leader. Allensworth slides high in the 36 car. He slows going into turn 3 and 4. Problems on the 36 machine. Your new leader, Bobby Justice, car number 29. Townsend back to second. Mike Matthews in third, but here comes Joe Hill. It's Hill on the inside, Matthews on the outside. Your leader, Bob Justice, has pulled about a 5-car length lead on the second place car of Buddy Townsend. Now John Matthews battles back against Joe Hill. John Matthews back in third. He's looking to the high side of Buddy Townsend through 3 and 4. Your third and fourth place cars still side by side. We're going to look at this battle back in the pack as Joe Hill pulls to the outside of Buddy Townsend for that second position. We got a log jam in the back of the pack. And now Joe Hill is now second. Joe Hill in the 70 car now running second. And a car spinning. That's Jerry Jones in the 13 car. Caution out on the track.
And Jones with a spin in the infield as well.
With 9 of the 35 laps now complete, Bob Justice still your leader. Joe Hill in second, Buddy Townsend third, John Matthews, Dave Ritchie, Jim McCauley, Randy Sward, Zero Hill, Jim Kidd, and Jerry Buck. And immediately Matthews looks to the outside of Townsend down back straightaway. John Matthews now in third, Townsend back to fourth. And now Joe Hill will look to the outside of Bobby Justice, turns 1 and 2. They're side by side. I think they go into turns 3 and 4. And Zero Hill off the pace in turn 1. And it looks like he might bring it to a stop down the back straightaway. And he does. Caution out on the track. Or the Zero Hill machine as he come out of 2. The car just shut off. All right, the breakout rule at Columbus Motor Speedway gets another driver. Bobby Justice going much faster than his qualifying time. He will go to the tail. That will mean that Joe Hill will be your leader when we go back to green. Well, at least the camera will. All right, with Bobby Justice on the tail, we're breaking out. Joe Hill, your leader. John Matthews in second. Dave Ritchie Jr. in third. Then it's Buddy Townsend, Randy Sward, Jim McCauley, and Jim Kidd. Green flag flies. We are racing once again.
Dave Ritchie Jr. and John Matthews race the bank in turn 1.
And we got cars spinning out on the back stretch. It looks like Bobby Justice and Mike Brown, among others. Those 2 cars looks like the only ones that really spun, but there was a log jam in the back. Caution once again on the track. All right, it's Joe Hill, John Matthews, Dave Ritchie, Buddy Townsend, Randy Sward. 11 of the 35 laps now complete. And Jim Kidd pulls outside of Jim McCauley as John Matthews looks to the outside of Joe Hill. car battle for the lead. Dave Ritchie now in second. John Matthews falls to third, but Randy Sword is right there on the inside. And here comes Jim Kidd.
Dave Ritchie Jr. now in second. But he'll
and now Dave Ritchie Jr. looks to the outside of the 70 of Joe Hill. It's Joe Hill on the inside, Dave Ritchie on the outside.
halfway point. 18 down this time.
As we got two distinct battles going on, the first one is between your first four cars. The second one is between your second four cars. We'll stick with the leaders. Your leader is still Joe Hill. Randy Sword now second. Jim Kidd in third. Dave Ritchie running fourth. In fifth is now Buddy Townsend. Right there in the sixth position is Jerry Buck and John Matthews. And now Randy Sword looks to the outside of Joe Hill down the back straightaway as Jim Kidd looks to the outside of Randy Sword. Now Sword looking inside down the front straightaway, trying to find that way around. And now Jim Kidd is second. Jim Kidd in the 5 car running second. And now Jim Kidd pulls to the outside of the 70 machine of Joe Hill. Jim Kidd, car number 25 outside, Joe Hill on the inside.
Jerry Buck is up to the fifth position. Mike Holland now fifth.
Dave Ritchie sideways through turn 3 and 4. He holds it. As Jim Kidd continues to look for a way around the 70 machine of Joe Hill. Jerry Buck now running in that 4th position in the 01 machine. Dave Ritchie back to 5th. And we got cars spinning down the front straightaway. John Matthews and the 5, Kenny Sword. Didn't see what precipitated that, but Matthews crawls out of his car.
Moving around. Car number 20, he's climbing out. As is Jim McCauley. So both
Jim McCauley out of 20, car number 27 up there in the corner. I didn't even see him.
Okay. Certainly the same can't be said for their car.
And I guess Mike Brown is up there tucked against the wall also. I didn't see those two cars. And that's not Kenny Sword in the 5 car. I thought it was earlier. They announced it as, but that looks like it's Bob Gruball back again in the 5 car. We're going to take this pause while they clean up the track. Back in a couple of moments. All right, with 25 of the 35 laps now complete, Joe Hill, Jim Kidd, Randy Sword, Dave Ritchie Jr., Jerry Buck, Mike Holland, Don Gregory Jr., Buddy Townsend and Bobby Justice. And immediately, Jim Kidd looking for a way around the Joe Hill machine. Hill seems to slide as he comes out of two, but Kidd can't capitalize. Now Jim Kidd looks to the outside of the Joe Hill machine out of turn two. They're side by side on turns 3 and 4. And now Jim Kidd eases ahead of Joe Hill. Jim Kidd, car number 25, now your leader. All the way from 15th starting position, Jim Kidd at car number 25. We'll go back to this log jam as Randy Swartz into the dirt, out of turn 2. 5 more laps to go for your leader, Jim Kidd, in the 25 machine. As Jerry Buck and Mike Holland battle side by side for that 3rd position. Jim Kidd. This battle's still going on for the 4th position between Jerry Buck and Don Gregory Jr. White flag for your leader, car number 25, Jim Kidd. And we're going to stick with this battle for the 4th position as Jim Kidd is checking out. And Jim Kidd, your winner, Joe Hill and Mike Holland. And into the walls, Don Gregory Jr.
Don Gregory Jr. with heavy damage in turn 4.
And he crawls out. He is okay, but obviously he is very upset with that 01 machine.
Jerry Buck has been disqualified.
And Jerry Buck disqualified for rough driving.
Your winner, Jimmy Kidd.
And your winner, once again, the 25 of Jim Kidd. We'll have the winner circle festivities for you in just a couple of moments. And once again, your winner, Jim Kidd in 25 machine, your winner starting from the 15th position. And in just a second, we'll go down for the trackside interview with Bob Neubauer.
Well, we're just giving us in a second as soon as they quit hugging. I don't know which guy gets the flowers, Jimmy. Listen, hey. I know that you're looking for that first championship, and this win's got to help a little bit because it's going to strengthen that lead. We've been out to lunch the last couple of weeks. They've been home and done our homework. The motor runs good.
My apologies to Jim Kidd, the winner of the sportsman event. We ran out of videotape. We had to switch tapes there real quick. So once again, your winner, car number 25, Jim Kidd. Next, the street stocks. And now your lineup for the street stock feature event. Don Holland in the 79 car on the pole. Outside him, Gary Lamer in 34. Then it's the 47 of Randy Tharp, the 35 of Tom Idle. 93, Jamie Hunt is next, and outside him, the 81 car. Then it's the 88 of Bruce Holmes, and outside of him will be the 26 of Scott Stevens. In the next row will be 70, Joe Hill. Outside of him, the 15 of... I know his last name is Norman, and I can't remember his first name. Then it's the 91 of Sean Gray and the 31 of Jim Hersey. Next is the 52, and outside him, Mike Schweier in the 43. Up next is car number 4. That's Phil Gussler, and outside of him, Kevin Lococo in the 77 car. Then it's the 18 of Bo Davis and the 12 of Bubba Parsons. Then the 27 of Dave Dysinger, the 17 of Steve Tuttle, 36 Jimmy Robins is next, and outside of him I believe will be the 22 of Donald Parsons, and bringing up the tail, car number 49, the street stocks. And it looks like Paul Baker Jr. in the 66 car having trouble getting started as the wrecker is pushing him around. So we'll have a couple of moments here, and then we'll be back with the street stock feature event. All right, Don Holland and Gary Lamer bring them down. Randy Tharp and Tom Idle in the second row, and the 93 of J.B. Hunt, and the 81 car in the third row. Green flag. And they're side by side as they go through turns 1 and 2. And now Tom Idle wanting to get up to the front real fast.
That's Don Holland, the leader.
Don Holland, the leader. Tom Idle in second. The 93 of Jamie Hunt barely in third, and there is Randy Tharp also battling for that third position. Now we got a new leader, car number 35, Tom Idle.
Idle now leads the field.
And now Jamie Hunt gets around Don Holland for that second position. Don Holland now third, but here comes Randy Tharp. As we take a look at the log jam in the back of the pack. Now Scott Stevens looks to the outside of Randy Tharp as Heavy Hill also moves into this battle. Tom Idle, car number 35, still your leader. We're going to take a look at some of the battling back in the pack.
7 laps are complete. Don Heavy Hill up the fourth, then we'll have to Randy Tharp on the back stretch, but he can't do it. Tharp holds on the third.
now Sean Gray looks to the inside of Randy Tharp as Scott Stevens has moved into that 4th position right behind Heavy Hill and Jamie Hunt. Your leader is still the 35 of Tom Idle.
Sean Gray and Randy Tharp.
And now Heavy Hill looks to the outside of Jamie Hunt down the back straightaway. Heavy Hill and Jamie Hunt for that 2nd place position. And now Hunt and Hill still side by side. Tom Idle still your leader. Scott Stevens looking for a way around in 4th. Now Hill slides out of turn 2. Sean Gray in that 91 car, the man on the move. It's still Tom Idle, your leader. Out of the 30 laps now complete. Your leader is still Tom Idle. Good battle for that 2nd position going on. Jamie Hunt in 2nd position. Heavy Hill and Scott Stevens battling for 3rd. And Sean Gray in the 91 machine also right there. And now Parsons in the 12 machine slow through turns 1 and 2. And now the leader encounters lap traffic, but he gets by just fine. As 2nd through 4th will now face that same lap traffic. They go underneath the Gary Lamer machine and above the 79 of Don Holland. And Sean Gray into the side of Heavy Hill, and look at Donald Parsons in the 22 machine. And now Donald Parsons battling for that 2nd position with Heavy Hill in the 70 machine. Donald Parsons on the outside, Heavy Hill on the inside. And we got a car that spun over in turn 4. That appears to be the 77 of Lococo. And red flag.
Was a red flag when Kevin Lococo was not moving and then got
Okay, we should get green flag this time by Tom Idle, Jamie Hunt, Heavy Hill, Donald Parsons, and Sean Gray. And your leader, Tom Idle. as the rest of the cars look for a way around. The car to watch is the 22 of Donald Parsons. Before that caution, he was moving like he was shot out of a cannon. Now Hunt slides high through turns 2. Heavy Hill gets underneath. A battle for that second place between Heavy Hill and Jamie Hunt. This works to Tom Idle's advantage. He's able to get away from these cars as they battle side by side. 3 more laps to go for your leader, Tom Idle in the 35 machine. And now Heavy Hill gets around Jamie Hunt for that second place, but Hunt won't give it up easy. And now they're 3 wide into turn number 1. And here comes that 22 machine. Donald Parsons in the 22, now second. Heavy Hill back to third. Here comes Sean Gray in 91. White flag for your leader, car number 35, Tom Idle, but can he hold on? And here comes Parsons. He looks outside down the back straightaway. This is going to be an old-fashioned barn burner. It's Idle on the inside, Parsons on the outside, and the winner will be Don Parsons. Tom Idle second, Heavy Hill in third, and the 91 of Sean Gray will finish fourth. Once again, your winner, car number 22, Donald Parsons.
Okay, car 43, Mike Schweier has been disqualified for rough driving. 43, Mike Schweier has been disqualified.
And once again, your winner, car number 22, Donald Parsons. Pinstrop Productions would like to send out their personal congratulations to all the winners tonight. Your feature winner for the John Nuckles Memorial in the super late models, of course, was Mike Ward. The sportsman winner was Jim Kidd, and Donald Parsons in the 22 car. For the street stock feature event winner. And now we'll be going down to trackside with Bob Neubauer for the winner's circle interview.
Big JR's towing, Custom Clutch, Kimball's towing, Belt Car Auto Wrecking, Timinator, and Custom Builders. He will certainly close in on Steve Tuttle in that battle for the points. Here's your top 10 rundown. Let's hear. Well, first off, we'll go down trackside with Bob Neubauer, who has your winner.
Well, all we can say is you could have hung around and maybe made that a little closer. Oh, no. It boxed me in quite a bit. I couldn't really get out. It all worked out in the end again. Another track record and a feature win after the points battle still waging back and forth. Oh yeah, we're going to keep trying. We'll make it look good at the end of the year. But now listen, everybody, all the winners so far, their wives have run out to get the flowers. Does Dad get to keep those? Yeah, I think I'm going to give them to Dad this year. All right, we'll get the hardware down here. How about a hand once again for our winner, Don Parsons Jr. and the rest of the family out here. Kind of need a family. We have a lot of families.
All right, as the winner's circle festivities continue, I'd like to take this opportunity once again to remind you that Pinstrop Productions not only videotapes here at Columbus Motor Speedway each and every week, but at Killcare Speedway and Killcare Dragway for the Midwest's finest video racing series, Pinstrop Productions. Once again, we want to apologize for the audio problems tonight and losing Jeff's audio, and I hope you weren't too bothered by the fact that my voice is on here for the feature events and not Jeff's. And we will see you back here each and every week at Columbus Motor Speedway. And thank you once again for purchasing this Pinstrop Productions videotape. Good night.
Jamie Hunt came home fifth. Randy DeFark was sixth. Seventh was Steve Tuttle, so he'll lose some points.